every now and then when my balls start to itch, I like to pinch them. On the topic of balls, let's talk about Blue Lock. Isagi Yoichi is an aspiring football player, and here and now his chance at nationals is at stake. With the perfect setup, two options lie before him: to shoot or to pass. One is the risk play and the other is guaranteed. So of course, he passes, a choice that then costs him the game as his teammate whiffs the shot. Thus, a heartfelt cry explodes from deep within and his dreams die. But what if, during that chance moment, selfishly, without a single ounce of hesitation, Isagi shot? What if he believed in nothing other than himself and stole the crown with his own merits? That is the essence of Blue Lock, a rebellious egoism with a desire to score at any expense required. Isagi loses out on nationals, but Blue Lock is a second chance. It's an elite facility made specifically to cultivate the greatest striker in the world, a person who can create miracles. Ego is the head coach, and his philosophy is simple: fuck your teammates and fuck team play. Because at the end of the day, football is a game determined by who has scored the most, meaning the best player is the person who can do exactly that. His words sound like complete BS, and to be honest, in real life application, it kind of is. But for Isagi, everything from the lessons learned to the principles followed to the very foundation through which his understanding of football has been built upon is being torn apart, his world remodeled. Right now, Isagi is just another player, and Ego is just another coach. But regardless of right or wrong, Ego's words strike a nerve. They trigger a desire to plunge himself into an unknown abyss, all in pursuit of becoming the best. Isagi is a striker, and thus a monster is born. Blue Lock is hype, exciting, it's a show for non-pussies, and I love it precisely because of its edginess. Most people understand the whole power of friendship cliche, which in the case with sports animes is essentially engraved within the genre. In order to win, teamwork is a must. The individual is part of a greater whole, one for all and all for one. These are the ideals preached in your traditional sports anime. But Blue Lock does not care. It completely disregards the very notion of such a vital core and strives not for united bonds but to sculpt a hero, one singular player who can change the course of history, an approach very much so unrealistic but one never before seen. Blue Lock may not emphasize camaraderie, trust, or friendship, but what it excels at is pure edge and intensity. The stakes are unforgiving. For a star to shine, 299 out of the 300 players will be sacrificed. That's a given. The training is rigorous and the selection stages are brutal. But with these dire circumstances comes incentive. If players fail to progress, their careers are effectively over. But if they succeed, results will be unfathomable. Chiguri's speed, Bachira's handling, Nagi's first touch are all specialized skills that make or break a match. However, at their current level, these characters are unpolished gems, diamonds in the rough. But by being pushed to their limits, backed into a corner where a single goal could determine their futures, evolution occurs. Senses are heightened, emotions reach their boiling point, and characters are forced to improve because the consequences are dooming. But the benefit to coming out on top is irreplaceable. At football's most critical moment, the players who will rise to the occasion are the ones harboring an insatiable, carnal, almost animalistic hunger to win. None of this to say Blue Lock is void of teamwork. While a lot of Blue Lock's appeal revolve around ego and individualism, there are moments of companionship and team play. Specifically, I've heard complaints explaining how Blue Lock's philosophy is insulting and/or disrespectful to football and sports in general. Blue Lock emphasizes individual skill and talent, whereas sports on a broad scale emphasizes the opposite. As such, because Blue Lock at first glance neglects teamwork, some viewers are put off and simply can't agree with the ideas presented. For me personally, I've played football a large majority of my childhood, and I have a decent understanding of the game, so I can see why so many dislike Blue Lock off-rip. But I also like experiencing new things. I care less for how realistic Blue Lock is and more for what it provides. From the stylish plays to the character awakenings, it's fun to see the players maneuver their way around new territory and redefine football from scratch. But beyond their feats, Blue Lock tackles the concept of being a team through the characters' united rivalry. Teamwork implies working as, well, a team. However, it also implies individuals becoming stronger through members pushing one another and reaching greater heights. Each character has their own reasons, dreams, and aspirations for participating in this project. They're all putting their own careers on the line, and through mutual risk, bonds form. Initially, players function under a free-for-all, only caring for themselves. But through one person taking charge, people start to follow. A singular spark leads to more, one evolution leads to another. And what follows is a sequence of back and forth chemical reactions of players becoming stronger and inspiring others to do the same. In an environment where every decision made could be their last, it's imperative for characters to surpass their limits. Upon first impression, Isagi has no power, no speed, no technique, and supposedly no talents. He is, by all accounts, weak. But through Blue Lock, he undergoes exponential growth and becomes a monster in the making. His strength lies not in his physical capabilities, but in his mental capabilities. Spatial awareness, the ability to read the field, see into the future, and play as though he's in third person. This power is what allows Isagi to compete against the genuine articles. I think Isagi's a great character, partly because when he goes off, it's cold as hell, and partly because the psychological warfare he experiences is real immersive. So much of my enjoyment comes from just seeing Isagi introspect and come to realizations about himself. The feelings of anguish, pain, thrill, and excitement alongside the conclusions Isagi comes to, overcoming hurdle after hurdle, has weight. We see him go through multiple stages of self-discovery, finding qualities within himself he never knew he had. We get more invested, and scenes like these are then given life. When Isagi lands those last second shots, or when the puzzle pieces fall into place, my toes start curling and chills course throughout my body, which is a feeling that extends to his peers as well. Blue Lock's cast of characters is strong. They each impact the story in some meaningful way and shine when their opportunity comes. Bachira and Nagi, for example, completely steal the show each time they become the focus. From Bachira's one-man army goal to Nagi's awakening, their plays hype me the fuck up and get my blood pumping. Bachira's innocent confidence is charming, and his friendship with Isagi has this quirky yet endearing allure. And Nagi's just cool. I like his calm demeanor and the untapped potential he and many others have. In Blue Lock, just winning a match isn't enough. Winning doesn't necessarily correlate to improvement. What each individual is trying to overcome is not just the team before them, but also themselves. If they're weak, they have to get stronger, and if they're already strong, they have to go even further beyond. Matches are suspenseful, fast-paced, and filled to the brim with high-energy battles. There's always something pushing the characters to advance, and their skills are continuously being refined. The artwork in Blue Lock is also amazing. It perfectly captures the suffocating tensions at play and invokes a strong sense of urgency to every second that passes. Black backgrounds highlight scenes of awe, and rough, scratch-like drawings drive home the intensity of game turners. When a climax is reached, they stand out all the more because they represent the culmination of a character or characters' efforts and passions put into a single play/shot. Now, I'm not going to pretend like Blue Lock is super deep or emotional, but the series is one hell of a ride. Isagi could say something stupid like "shut up retard" and I'll still be smiling like a dumbass kid. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and if you're still not convinced, peep on read. Peace.